Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from My Turntable. Hope you made a great morning this morning. It is Friday morning, as always, a coffee kind of morning. Coffee's still not going down all that well. Still on the, I don't even know if I'm on the tail end of COVID because it's still there. Got this crappy cough. Feel like crap. Haven't really done much all week. But I wanted to do this video because I'm bored. I can't go anywhere, can't do anything, and I love doing my videos. So hopefully I won't start hacking and coughing halfway through it. Wanted to do a couple things. Got a couple of great packages in the mail from Amazon, and also it leads me into something else I want to talk about called "What Was to Become." And as I go through what I'm going to show you from Amazon, it'll explain what was to become means. So let's get started. I've already got two other box sets, I guess you call it, or enhanced editions of this amazing band, one of my favorite bands. I picked up A the other day, or it was delivered to me in this. I already pre-opened it. A great album, different departure. It's supposed to be a solo project by Ian Anderson, hence the word, the letter A on here, called the Anderson Files. But the Chrysalis company thought otherwise. They wanted a Jethro Tull release. It's their 13th studio album. This is the 40th anniversary edition. Pardon me. 1980 release. More electronic rock with synthesizers mixed with folk elements. Kind of cool. I also have, again, as I mentioned, I have This Was and Benefit. So yeah, I'll just quickly go through this because there's a lot to show. I'll probably be doing a review of this later. There's the great Martin Barr. Love him. Unfortunately not with the band anymore. Great colored and black and white images in here. Look like a cleaning company. Yeah, so really interested in seeing this one. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Heading to Mars, I guess. Got a couple of DVDs in here, so quite the unique package. There's the list there. Happy to have it in my collection for sure. Again, I love Jethro Tull, and really interested in hearing the live tracks, and Live at the LA Sports Arena, Live at the LA Sports Arena Part 2, original album with associated tracks on here. You got 5 associated tracks as well. Nice package. Nice package. That's what she said. My second Amazon package, which leads me into what was to become. Again, pre-opened it. This is Fraternity, featuring Bon Scott. Haven't even taken the cellophane off here yet, so. Of course, Bon Scott, as you know, lead singer for one of my favorite eras of AC/DC. Gritty, rockin', great frontman. This is a bit of a departure for him, as I've been listening to it quite a bit on Spotify. I believe that's him standing in the middle there. Fraternity, Australian rock band, formed in 1970, again including the lead singer Bon Scott. Combination of progressive rock, psychedelic rock, boogie rock, blues rock. They were active from between 1970 and 1973. And again, this led me into the idea of what was to become. It comes with a great booklet as well. All kinds of colored photos. Bon Scott has a great voice singing with this group. Not hard and rockin' and gritty that I love. Believe me, I love the AC/DC years with Bon Scott. Again, probably some of my favorite years. But I'm really happy to find this one. And this is Livestock Fraternity. It's the grape label. Sorry. Yeah, Sweet Peach record. I love the inside. And also Flaming Gala by Fraternity. That's beautiful. Yeah, there's Bon Scott there. All the members of the band. And a nice white label. So these guys are really good. Really good. So that, oh, there's another one here. Sorry, I missed this one. And this is Second Chance. Really beautiful. It's a nice 3 CD box set on this one. A lot of tracks on this one. There's 16 tracks on this. Again, quite a departure from AC/DC. So, which led me into, so check out Fraternity for sure. So that led me into an idea when I was doing this, what was to become. So, of course, you know, I've just shown you Fraternity featuring the great Bon Scott. He would leave Fraternity and become the lead singer for one of the greatest rock and roll bands ever, arguably, and one of my favorite albums. I mean, he started before this, but this is one of my favorite albums, the last one to feature him. He'd replace Dave Evans in 1974. He'd go to AC/DC. Of course, my favorite album, Highway to Hell. Yeah, he was the lead singer from 1974 to 1979 when this came out. They were starting to put together Back in Black, and hadn't got everything all together yet. They were just hitting commercial success. This was super successful. And he died by whatever cause it was. I mean, I think it was alcohol, drugs, you name it. But that left the band wondering, what the hell am I going to do? They didn't know what to do. So, because they were so successful on a riding high, are they going to disband? Are they going to continue? Fortunately, they decided to continue, which led to them coming up with a lead singer and continuing on with the name. So they found this guy from Newcastle, England, called Brian Johnson. This is Geordie, his band from Newcastle. Geordie, more glam rock, more pop and blues rock. His vocal style is completely different than what AC/DC shows. But they decided on Brian Johnson. He was a little older than the rest of them, and he didn't think he was going to get it. He went and did some recordings, went back home. He was working at a garage or something at the time. Geordie wasn't the greatest band successfully. They had a lot of following, but they weren't doing well successfully. But it turns out they loved his work. They called him back, and of course, Back in Black became one of the most successful albums ever. 1980 release. Sold a bajillion albums. Pretty much every song in it's a hit. And of course, the rest is history. Also a tribute to Bon Scott. So it's pretty cool that to go from Fraternity to AC/DC to Geordie. Whoops, sorry. Geordie to, again, AC/DC again. And that new era of AC/DC that just continues, it still continues today. I mean, they've had their ups and downs, but they've been doing this for so many years. And it's pretty cool that there's a connection that way. So that's one part of it. Also, if you go with that same premise, this band here, Atomic Rooster, amazing band, was a brilliant British rock band, formed out of the depths of the crazy world of Arthur Brown. They were formed in 1969. Progressive rock, hard rock, blues rock, and their original drummer was this guy called Carl Palmer. This is their original album cover. And who's Carl Palmer? Well, I think we all know who Carl Palmer is. He left after their first album to be part of, and this isn't their debut album, but I just grabbed one just to show you. He became part of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Amazing supergroup, fathers of progressive rock with Keith Emerson and Greg Lake. Just amazing stuff. So it's pretty cool to go from Atomic Rooster, which is completely different than Emerson, Lake and Palmer, to go to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Just remarkable stuff. There was a cool band back in the day, 1966, psychedelic blues rock band from Houston, Texas, called the Moving Sidewalks. And this dude in the middle here is none other than Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. These guys were great. Again, psychedelic blues, some pop. Billy sounds just amazing on this one as well. They toured with the Doors and Jimi Hendrix many times, became good friends with Jimi Hendrix. So when the band broke up, of course, he formed ZZ Top. I'm not going to go through every album on here, but the band was together for 51 years, formed in 1969, and until they lost Dusty Hill in 2021. So pretty cool start for Billy Gibbons. Completely different. His vocal style's different, but his guitar playing still amazing. But then to go from that to that little band from Texas, that little trio from Texas, who was just commercially successful all over the place. It's just amazing. As well as this next one here. What am I going to start with? Here we go. So I'm going to start with this one. So this is a band called The Move. The Move, great British rock band. led by guitarist and singer Roy Wood, formed in 1969. You got pop rock and psychedelic rock. In 1972, they moved down to a trio, which included Bev Bevins, Roy Wood, and a great guitarist and vocalist, Jeff Lynne. And if you recognize that name, yeah, they started a side project called Electric Light Orchestra, which they wanted to bring more orchestral rock, including piano, wood, cello, woodwinds. And Looking On would be the only album to feature Jeff Lynne. Still a fantastic album. The move's great. And of course, this is not their debut, but I just wanted to bring an album over. So it would turn into Electric Light Orchestra, one of the best bands, in my opinion, ever. Still going strong today under Jeff Lynne and Electric Light Orchestra. There's two or three different versions of Electric Light Orchestra at this point, but Jeff Lynne's version is my favorite. But so many great hits, so many commercial hits. It's just amazing. And what a big success of the band. So, formed in, if you don't include the side project, formed around 1972, but back in around 69 they were started to become Electric Light Orchestra. But yeah, amazing stuff. It's pretty cool. Again, how you can see that they co-joined together. Another great one. Small Faces. I love this album cover. I don't think it's the original. This used to be a tin of tobacco called a nut gun, I believe it was, flake tobacco. So it was in a circled shape of a tin. It's a great album. But Small Faces were a great British rock band, formed in 1965, originally with Ronnie Lane, Kenny Jones, who drummed with the Who after Keith Moon passed away. You got Jimmy Winston and keyboardist Ian McLaughlin, and of course great vocalist and guitarist Steve Marriott. Great mixture of rock and psychedelic rock and rhythm and blues. Itchy Park is a great track. Steve Marriott, fortunately or unfortunately, I guess fortunately, because it would branch off into the Faces, which would include Rod Stewart, Ronnie Wood from Rolling Stones and that type of thing. I didn't go that path, but it would also form Humble Pie, which included, of course, Steve Marriott on guitars and vocals. Also include Peter Frampton, his early work, Greg Ridley from Spooky Tooth, and a 17-year-old drummer named Jerry Shirley, who was with the Apocalyptic Convention. Humble Pie is amazing, just amazing. Great hard rock, boogie rock, and blues rock band. Of course, with the great Steve Marriott, who accidentally died a horrible death. But it was a huge loss. But Steve Marriott was fantastic. And finally, just another example of what I'm talking about here. There was a great band called Free. This is Fire and Water. Free, formed in 1968. You got Simon Kirke on drum, Andy Fraser on bass, Paul Kozoff, an amazing guitarist, and one of the best vocals of the rock era at the time was Paul Rogers. Huge hit, All Right Now. But at the top of their career, at the height of their career, Paul Rogers would leave and form Bad Company, one of the most successful bands of the 70s. So I guess on his part is a great move, although Free was a fantastic band. So many big hits. Bad Company, Can't Get Enough, Feel Like Making Love, Shooting Star, Rock and Roll Fantasy. They sold 40 million albums worldwide. Just remarkable stuff. So yeah, just an example of what was and what isn't, what became, I guess. Just a couple of examples. show me some examples of the same type of thing. Maybe an artist who was in a band previously that you really enjoy, and now in this other band that you really enjoy, something like I just showed you. Hope you enjoy. Love you all, guys. I know this ran a little long, but I haven't done a video in a couple of days. So take care, guys. Love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.